go back to our Abuja studio now, where the Director General of Poultry Association of Nigeria, Mr. Naluakpa, joins us to tell us what's going on and why we're so threatened about next month. Mr. Akpa, thank you so much. Even though it's not a very good time, not just for poultry farmers, I must say, it's also for every Nigerian, almost every Nigerian. But you're threatening to shut down from next month. Why?
Okay, maybe help me repeat again.
Okay,
Thank you.
I was asking why the poultry farmers are threatening to shut down. I mean, every Nigerian, every sector is facing challenges at this time. So why do you want to shut down? Can't we brace through it as other sectors are doing?
Thank you, my sister. It's not that we don't persevere. It is not an intentional act to shut down the poultry industry in Nigeria. But before I go into explaining why it is not intentional, but let me put it right, that the poultry sector is a private sector-driven businesses. So 100% all the investment in the poultry sector is driven by private persons' investment. So I will also tell you that nobody wants to put in this money and then in the middle of the road he will shut down that he doesn't want to continue the business. So it is the exigency of the time that is threatening the shutdown of the poultry industry. It is not that poultry farmers want to shut down the industry. It is because of the challenge of sourcing maize and getting maize at affordable prices that will make the farmers break through or even survive in poultry production. That is why it is being said that except something urgently is done, like an intervention by government to release substantial quantity of maize to the industry at discounted price, the industry may shut down because we can't expect maize to fall down as a manna. Neither can we also say we can source maize from any other place other than government assisting us with what they have in their reserve.
Well, the president has already made that announcement when he declared a state of emergency on food security. He also gave the order that grain should be released from the national silos for, farmers. Isn't that enough, or isn't that getting to you?
Yeah, but let me also say this. I want to appreciate the government by promptly coming up to declare a state of emergency on food security in this country. Government actually have also directed that maize should be released to the poultry industry, to Nigerians, especially to cushion the food security situation of the country. But what we are saying is this. We want a deliberate attempt to actually look at the poultry needs, the poultry industry need of maize in this country. And I will quickly put it on record that the poultry industry alone need almost 4.4 to 4.5 million metric tons of maize out of the national maize production per annum. So, and I also want to put it on record quickly that, when you have birds in this country, every day the birds clamor to eat food. And you cannot wait until something is manna falls from heaven. So what we are saying is that if it is the enormous responsibility of a farmer to feed his bird on daily basis for their birds to produce eggs. Now, what it means invariably, it means that on daily basis you need a lot of maize for the almost 90 million layers we have in this country, and then over 170 million broilers to feed them on daily basis. That is what we are saying. And if that does not come up immediately and we wait for the bureaucracy, then the industry may shut down, because you can't tell the birds that I can't get maize to feed you today, and then tomorrow the same thing. Automatically, what you've invested over the time, we are automatically losing them. And that is why you see us talking on different platforms that, look, there is the need for urgent intervention in the poultry industry.
So when you say intervention, you say what the president said. I mean, it's laudable, but it's not enough. What for you would be a realistic, also considering that there are other sectors, that require attention, what would be realistic steps to intervening in this situation, to stop this shutdown that you're threatening?
Well, it is not a threat, and I just want to put it. We are coming up with facts of the situation on ground. And the facts on the situation on ground is now saying that if I cannot feed my birds today, I cannot feed my birds tomorrow, and I cannot feed my birds next tomorrow, invariably, what you start having is we are going to have a complete decline in productivity, and eventually it will lead to death and mortality of those birds. And I will tell you right away that a lot of farms are already shutting down because they can't afford the high cost of feed. And I'll tell you that for today, a 25 kilogram of a super layer mash just 25 kilograms is going as much as 10,500. And when you divide 10,500 by 25 kilograms, you are having a kilogram of feed around 410 to 425 naira per kilogram. So a lot of farmers are not being able to be in business sustainably. And when those that are still there are managing to survive, because you can't kill the birds, you can't drown them, and you can't just abandon them because it's your lifetime investment. And that is what we are saying. The government has done much. They've been intervening by giving the association maize, and we are so astonished that in the last 6-7 weeks, we were given some quantity of maize by the Central Bank of Nigeria and the Nigerian Commodity Exchange. But within 2 weeks, before we could collect the requirement and the requirement of our various states and stakeholders, that allocation was withdrawn. So while we are crying, is that we are not crying because we want only to be heard. We are crying because we stand to provide the cheapest source of protein to Nigerians. We produce eggs. No matter how eggs is expensive now, it is one of the most cheapest source of protein. We produce chicken. And if we don't appeal to government to come in quickly to exactly resuscitate maybe the 40,000 allocation being 40,000 metric tons of allocation being given to the poultry industry already withdrawn, we may stand to not be able to produce chicken and egg for Nigerians.
In essence, Mr. Akpa,
not done,
in essence,
and we continue to close down on daily basis. That means Nigeria will become once more a dumping ground for all kinds of chicken and egg from other parts of the world.
In essence, Mr. Akpa, what you're talking about, or what you think is the problem at this time, is the bureaucracy. It seems that's what I'm hearing from you.
Can I understand you once again?
Are you talking about the bureaucracy? Because you said those grains were allocated to you. Before you could get through the requirement, it was withdrawn. So is it the bureaucracy in acquiring some of this release from the government? Is that the problem at this time?
No, let me also let you know, the government has quickly come in to say release maize. Our appeal now to government is that direct the central bank or the releasing authority to resuscitate the allocation earlier withdrawn from the poultry industry, so that we can stand to distribute this maize to our various producers across the length and breadth of Nigeria. That is simply what we are looking for. The government has done much, declaring the state of emergency, costs across on food security, costs across all sectors of the economy. But we are saying that the poultry industry that employs 25 million Nigerians directly and indirectly, and then also contributes over 25% of the aggregate gross domestic product of this country, need to be assisted. We are not saying give us maize at discounted prices, because today we can't source maize from anywhere, we can't go anywhere, and you can't tell these birds that you are displaying that I can't get maize to feed you. And if you don't feed them, they're not like human beings that can manage any other thing. Then they will start dying, and that will be a loss to the industry. So it is not a matter of bureaucracy. If you give us maize, what we need to do is that we have the association is so decentralized in the 36 states of the Federation plus Abuja. So if you get us maize, we have to contact all our state chapters to get us the requirement of all the farms under them. And the moment we do that, then we start distributing this maize. But before we could do that, the maize allocation was withdrawn. And I'm happy you are showing it now on the screen. You see, the poultry industry has been so bedeviled by the lot of challenges in the last few years, from COVID to NSAS, to the currency redesign, which caused a lot of eggs to be buried, like you are showing. And if I tell you, in this country with almost 90 million layers in production, with 70% of them in production, you have 66.5 million eggs being produced on a daily basis. When you translate that into a month, it gives you almost 1.9 billion eggs. And if we were unable to sell just only 20% of these eggs during the period of the currency swap, then automatically it was a loss. And you see every farmer burying eggs, and in burying eggs, you cannot tell the birds that I'm burying your eggs and I'm unable to feed you. So the industry has been encountering a lot of losses, and another one has come. So we are appealing to government.
Because we're out of time. Mr. Akpa, we're out of time. But I mean, a colleague said I should ask this. When we saw the video of you burying eggs, why don't you sell it at cheap rates for people, for consumers, instead of burying them?
Let me also tell you the quantity of it. You see, if you produce 66 or 65.5 million eggs on daily basis, it takes you logistics, it takes you additional costs to start going. Apart from those that are being buried, a lot of eggs were donated to schools, a lot of eggs were donated to the hospitals, a lot of eggs were donated to the homeless people's places. So it depends on the quantity that was left out of the unsold eggs that you see people burying. So even if they were dashed to the hospitals, they were dashed to schools, they were still part of the losses because they were not sold at all. So these are what is aggravating the situation of the poultry industry. And we're still appealing to government, still appealing to the central bank, release free what was allocated to the poultry industry, then our people will pay for them immediately. That we then get a situation whereby we'll completely shut down. Not that we are threatening, but the situation and the reality on ground is telling us that if no urgent attention is given, then the birds will start dying. And every other person will lose hope.
All right, Mr. Akpa, please don't lose hope. Don't lose hope. You're an important part of the Nigerian economy, of our nutrition and our health. So please don't lose hope. And we do believe that members of the presidency, they watch this program, and we believe that they will make some move and reach out to you and bring back this allocation before you shut down. Thank you so much, Director General, Poultry Association of Nigeria, Mr. Onalu Akpa, and do take care.
It's a pleasure. Thank you so much.